Hello.
What's
Welcome back.
up?
Hey.
Hey.
Hey,
Welcome to
Luana.
We Are the Table. We're back again. I'm your host, Lawana Potts. And of course, my co host, my girl, Sharon Rogers.
What's
But,
up?
but guess what, y'all? We have Dallas in the house. Okay. It's our new CEO babe here from Dallas, Carmen Renee. Turn up, turn up. Hey, Carmen. So, Carmen, tell us who our sponsor is.
All righty. Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all. What's up? All right. So, our sponsor business of the week is B Lash Inc. Yes, Brittany Manning is the founder of B Lash Inc., an award-winning beauty studio specializing in lash extensions, permanent makeup, and advanced beauty training. She is a three-time
Yay.
Yeah, she's a three-time Lash Award winner and educated with Paris Lash Academy, who has helped clients simplify their routines and artists build thriving beauty businesses. Let's give B Lash Brittany Manning a round of applause for our sponsor of the week.
Yay.
Yes.
What's
Okay.
up, B Lash? Yes. Okay, so
Yes.
let's round of applause for B Lash, our sponsor of the week. Our information is streaming at the bottom of the page. So if anybody's interested in her services, you can find that information at the bottom of the screen here.
Yes.
So, ladies, are y'all excited about our topic today?
Yes.
Yes,
Three
I'm
play
excited.
that game, family fortune, and football. We are about to bring on one of my closest, one of my best friends, all the way from Tampa, Florida. My friend Mike Neal's coming on.
Mike
Yes.
Neal.
All right. He's
Hello.
a former defensive end for the Green Bay Packers. He played 7 seasons with the same team. That's unheard of.
That's amazing.
Hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
Won a Super Bowl championship his rookie year in 2010. Now, after the NFL career, he became an entrepreneur and is the owner of First Team Consulting, which specializes in real estate and credit repair. So, without further ado, we're going to bring up my friend, number 96. My friend, number 96 from Green Bay Packers, Mike Neal. What's
Oh,
up?
Yes.
Hey.
Hey.
what's up?
Hey,
Hey.
friend.
Yeah, call me 96 though.
Friend.
What's happening?
What's going on? Now, I don't know if y'all know this, but Mike lives in a legacy of football players. Let me show y'all his daddy and his brother
Here we
that
go.
were also in the NFL. So
Oh,
this
that's
is
major.
his daddy played for the
Mhm.
Giants. Neil on the right played for Packers, and his brother started off in what, Atlanta?
He went, yeah, Atlanta, Philly, Seattle for 4 years where he started, and then Tampa Bay where he started for 2 years.
I mean, how does it
That's
feel having
amazing.
a dad that played and
Mhm.
now you're passing the legacy on to your little baby brother?
This kind of crazy, I think, when you look at how it trickled down. I didn't do it for the same reasons that those two did. My dad had a love for the game. I didn't have a love for the game, to be 100% honest with you. My brother did. So, but for me, it was kind of set right there because it was like I had the best accomplishments. You know what I'm saying? I think I had probably the better career, but I would say that my brother did it the best out of all of us, being able to last on it for the longest. So it was pretty dope, though. I mean, it was a cool experience from top to bottom.
You feel like you had the better career?
Yeah, I think if you look at it like you just got to understand football, right? So me coming
Mhm.
in second round draft pick, very high, top 100, being at the top of my college career, all Big Ten, just making booms there, winning the Super Bowl as a rookie, starting 4 years, being in the top three of my position in one of those, playing six different positions on the defense, dropping all the way. Like it was just a dual position that I ended up playing. And then my brother, he was undrafted. He had to fight for a spot on the roster every year that he was there, but still at some point he was within the top 10 in his position. So, it was, we came in different ways, but the longevity of the league and what you get out of it is probably more important than the accomplishments that you have behind it, to be 100% honest. Because if you look at statistically speaking, in 3.25 years, most of those players, 80% of them leave broken divorce. So if you beat those odds, I think that the accomplishments from there is just a given. So it was pretty cool.
Okay, stats. It's the stats.
Right. Writing
It's
it
the
down.
stats, right?
Run it out.
I mean, okay.
Yeah,
Stats.
I
Okay.
mean, Wisconsin though, like, what is there to do there?
absolutely damn nothing. I mean, what makes it the mecca for football? Like I think when people look at Dallas, you know what I'm saying? They call Dallas America's team, but Green Bay is literally
Period.
you know what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
Green Bay is runner up. And when you look at it, there's nothing to do there. That's why we win. If you look at collectively Super Bowls or World Championships, Green Bay sits at the top. Like we literally are the best. And the whole community just runs behind the Packers. I mean, it's
So
only
did you hear Luana kind of cheer on the Dallas Cowboys when you said it was America's team? I mean,
you just
you
go
gonna
Google
let her get away with
pictures. You can
that?
go Google my pictures. I sacked all they little whack quarterbacks, knocked them.
Well, don't get started now. What they call
My
Green
record-
Bay, the cheeseheads? What's y'all nickname down there?
Yeah.
the cheeseheads, but my record against y'all is phenomenal.
Oh Lord, here he
That's
goes.
what's that.
We won the Super Bowl in y'all stadium, so
Yeah, they did. That 2010 Super Bowl championship was at the Cowboy Stadium. So he popping it a little bit, Luana. He popping it a little.
But one thing for sure, the Cowboys will always be America's team. I don't care who plays, the Cowboys will always be America's team, and I appreciate that.
That's heavily opinionated, but we can debate.
I was just going to say, I don't even know where that came about. Like,
I know
We're America's team.
be the star on their helmet that don't really stand for nothing, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. I ain't got no hate against no team. The NFL paid me. That's all that matters.
right.
That's right.
Uh-huh.
So, speaking of the Cowboys, what do you think about this whole prenup thing with Dak going on, that he called off his marriage because she didn't want to sign a prenup? What do you think about that?
I think that that's warranted. I mean, like I said, I'm a numbers person, right? So if you look at the stats and you looking at 8 out of 10 of these guys in 3.25 years leave broken divorce, and then you start looking at everything that comes with that platform that stands, and when these players decide to get married, and then what happens with them after they retire, how long they stay married to that same person, and then you start looking at how many of these women start coming out, hey, look, I was married to him, so I'm entitled to this, that, and the third.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing, and I think that if she really loved him, she would agree to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like if you don't love him and you don't want to sign a prenup, then that just shows where you actually at.
Yeah.
About
That's
the
just
money.
my opinion, though. I can't speak for her. I can't speak for women, but I just know my stance on it. Like going through situations that I've been through. Yeah, you definitely got to protect yourself, and I think that he's doing the right thing. And if she don't want to do it, then that's on her, man. You lost.
That's terrible.
What is it, 1 month though before the wedding? So you answered a great question. I was just going to say, so your stance on it is you totally agree with the prenup.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, just think about this. Like it's so much that I would like dive into. When did you meet him? How long have you known? When did y'all get into this relationship? And sometimes it doesn't even matter. You know what I'm saying? Like you can know a person for 15, 16 years. And at the end of the day, what did they jump on a bandwagon for? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
it's always been on it. Like for me personally, when I was going through everything, I'm like, if I didn't know you when I didn't have anything and I met you when I had everything, then now I got to look at you differently because why are you here? But it's a much, much deeper level. I mean, I'm a biblical person by the end of the day, so it goes to a much deeper level than that.
Yeah.
I agree.
That's understandable. That's understandable.
Yeah.
That's understandable. So being in the NFL, what do you think is one of the stereotypes that NFL players are labeled with? Or like, what is a stereotype that every NFL player faces in your experience?
Man,
they all
pick one. Like pick one.
I mean, at the end of the day, which one would you pick? I mean, I think where I sit today, in my experiences in the NFL, people think that you have money, but they don't really understand what that looks like. If you look at the total poll of NFL contracts versus the NBA contracts, I mean, when I was coming into the NFL, you could get I was drafted in the second round, and I had a bonus. It was a couple $1 million. But a salary starting out when I came in, I think was 320,000. That's
Wow.
not enough money. There's doctors that make that. You
Yeah.
know, there's
Right.
entrepreneurs that can make $320,000 in a month. And then when you look at how heavily we tax and being taxed in different states,
Mm-hmm.
US
Mhm.
51%. So the
Yeah.
way they bill it to you is like, okay, you take 50% out in taxes, and then if you marry, you take 50% out because then you gotta, she's entitled to that 50% if you don't have a prenup. Then you have kids, and you look at how much they cost. The $320,000 salary ain't gonna make you live very long at all. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Even at the money that I made when I came in, I mean, people can blow my signing bonus in one day. So I think that they look at us and think, oh, well, yeah, you famous, you have a lot of money. That is not true. We don't have
Okay. Mm-hmm.
money. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the biggest ones. And they
Mm-hmm.
think that fell off. Like, no, that's not really the case. You know what I'm
And
saying?
that's
Especially
how
if they're invested properly. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Thank God Mike, he can invest. He learned how to invest his money probably because I mean they get a lot of beatings and don't get that much money like the NBA,
Me too.
the N
You know me,
baseball.
I'm cheap, and I don't care about material stuff. I
yeah.
can't, I ain't worried about
It's
cars.
the
Mm-hmm.
endorsements though, too. Doesn't the endorsements help?
But you got to look at that now. Like I'm saying, like just think about my brother who came in undrafted versus a Dak
Right.
Prescott who's a first round draft pick, and I don't know if Dak wants. Oh, forgive me, I don't pay attention to football at all. Um, and then just his position, so he's exposed to a lot more endorsement opportunities versus my brother, who's essentially at the time when he came in as a no name. You don't get those endorsement
Mm-hmm.
opportunities. You know what I'm saying? Like I was blessed to have a Nike contract. He didn't get that. He didn't sign.
Mm-hmm.
So Nike gave me everything for free. He didn't have that. He had to pay for everything. So endorsement, that's still just based on your level of where your accomplishments are in the league. So
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
you don't
I
get a
know
lot.
one. I know one stereotype that I've witnessed from working with athletes is they think they're not that smart and they're actually pretty smart.
Oh yeah.
They're
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
pretty smart. I mean, me and Mike know because we work with quite a few athletes in our business in real estate. That's actually how we met and became friends. And I work with some
Mm-hmm.
other athletes being a teacher. They smart. They
Yeah,
really
Mm-hmm.
smart. So they got some intellect up there that I was not. I was very shocked and surprised by. So
a
I
lot of
love
these guys that come in that's unfortunate. Like if once again, if you're a lower tier player, you look at it like I'm not going to be here that long, so I have to figure out what I'm doing after. You know,
Mm-hmm.
me, I'm drafted high. I signed 2 deals, made a whole lot of money, had a lot of success. So I wasn't really focused on like football, but I was blessed enough that I actually did enjoy college. I graduated with 2 degrees, so I kind of had a place that I wanted to land after I left the game. But still, that I didn't go the route of what my degrees were in. To be 100% honest with you,
Mm-hmm.
it.
yeah,
Right.
it's crazy.
Okay. That's good.
okay,
I love
good.
it.
All right.
I
Well,
Let's talk
love it.
about
I
some
love
fun
it.
stuff. Okay, so we got all that good stuff out. Let me talk about some credit repair because we're about to get into some fun stuff, some juicy stuff that everybody want to know. Before we get into that, though, I have some questions about credit. Like, what's the one thing if you had to give anybody an advice about credit, how to preserve
Mm-hmm.
their credit, how to keep their credit up? What's the one misconception about credit that you hear a lot that you want to clear up for us? Because I know you're very versed in this, and people want to know what that one thing is.
I would say that you have to look at credit as a 3-digit number, which you hear a lot, and the access to funds. I'm gonna tell you the one thing that people don't really pay attention to is how to leverage debt. People think that debt's a
Mm-hmm.
bad thing. I don't necessarily believe in that. I do know that if you know how to leverage that, you're exposed to a whole lot more opportunities. And one of the things, and it's actually in my brand voice as I build my company, is that I had millions of dollars, and there was 2 times where I couldn't even get financed for a simple cell phone, and I couldn't
Mm-hmm.
ask for my furnace went out. I couldn't get financed, and I'm a young buck leaving the league, and they like, man, now you got to pay for this furnace. I'm like, this $10,000. I'm like, I'm not doing that. Why can't we just finance it? They was like, yo, you got
Mm-hmm.
to. And I'm like, so I got to pay $10,000 for a furnace right now. I can't, I can't finance it. And they're
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah, so credit is everything. And then if you start looking at the currency of American dollar now, you start looking at everything you can do. You can't buy any type of insurance, life insurance, rental insurance, homeowners insurance, auto insurance. I've gone through some stuff now. My credit is not the best, even though I fix credit. I'm always open about that. But I had a hard time getting insurance for my house, homeowners insurance, because they're looking at like, bro, credit is shot. I'm like, I know that. at the end of the day, like you can't even get employed without having a good credit score. You can't even get to get an apartment complex without a good credit score. So credit is everything. And if you don't have that foundational piece and you can't build off of it, I think that people just you'll plummet and you're not gonna last that long because
Right.
you got everything touch to pay, swipe this, that, and third. How many times you go somewhere they ask, hey, you got cash? Like, no, not unless you come from they need to get paid. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
So let
So
me
what?
ask you this. Oh, sorry, Lawana.
No,
Let me
go
ask you
ahead.
this because it's always this big motto that, oh, if you got the money, you can walk in any place and get anything you want. So that's just not true then, because it's still, you can have all this money in the world, but if you don't have the credit to line up with that money, then that is a false statement that they are putting out. Oh, as long as you got money, you can walk in anywhere and get anything. So in your experience, and you would say that is not true.
I mean, when you go anywhere, they're gonna have you fill out an application. What do they ask you for? Your social security number. You know why
Social
they ask
security
you for
number.
that? Because they about to run your credit. And then if you don't got the credit, they're gonna ask you about your credit before they ask you about how much cash you got. And then don't turn around and be black, and then they looking at you like, yeah, you need this credit because they're not gonna think that, oh, well, you can walk in here looking like how I look, and then, oh, you got a couple $1 million in the bank. They're not gonna do that. They're gonna run your
Yeah.
credit. And if your credit ain't straight, they finna start asking you about different options that you have with terrible credit until you open up your mouth and you say, well, I got money. And it's like, okay, talk a little bit now that you got money, but what's smarter? To pay 10,000 now or finance something for $100 over the course of 10 years? You end up saving money if you play it right by having good credit. So that's what I'm saying. Like you got to learn how to leverage that.
So I've been hearing about the NFL offering like these plans for players once they retire. Have you ever thought about doing something back for, because I always think like, what do players do after they retire? And of course, it would be good to have somebody help you with credit to learn a lot of things that they probably don't teach you in college. What do you think about that?
Well, I'll be interested to know what plans that they actually told you that they have. Being very honest, not until I just had a conversation like 2 or 3 days ago with a guy. He's 50. His dad's a lot older than me. He played a long time ago. This guy did not know that he had access to the NFLPA. He didn't have access to the NFL Trust, the NFL Alumni Association. You got to think about this. If I gave you at 21 years old a couple $1 million, how often will you sit and listen to a conversation where somebody's telling you you got to have good credit because when you retire, you're not thinking like that. And so I'm not old, you know what I'm saying? But when I came in the league, the Instagram was just popping. Now you go to Instagram, it's everything. So you got to go on there. It's a fashion statement for everything. You got to have the pictures, you got to have the clothes. And I just told my brother, even my brother was going through the league. I'm like, bro, why the hell do they take pictures of y'all walking to the stadium? That wasn't a thing when we played. But then at that time, like, who's the best dressed? So now you got these dudes spending 5 or 10K per game on outfits. I'm like, bro,
Outfits.
they used to look at me when I walked in the stadium like, this nigga got on a Target t-shirt and some sweat. I'm like, they like, bro, everybody walking in with suits and jewelry. I'm like, y'all finna take that off in the next 10 minutes to go get beat the hell up and then walk out of here and ain't nobody finna really see you. Why am I gonna spend $1,000 just to walk in here to make the media look good? Like, no, I came here to play a game. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of them are being endorsed though, from like Gucci might endorse one to wear their stuff. Like I think they're paid to wear those clothes.
Yeah, somebody lied to you.
Because Mike definitely don't. Because I be like, bro, let me send you some outfits to wear to your stuff. Because I be dressed
on your butt real quick. Like, look, and this is the funny. My brothers are
my t-shirts.
Yeah, my youngest brother, he like, I don't know, he got like this metrosexual vibe about him. Like he like to look good 24/7. I used to always tell him, man, it ain't about the clothes that you're wearing, it's about the person wearing the clothes.
That is true.
That's me.
True. And so I always wonder, like you were saying, they get all this footage of all the players walking in dressed nice. But where's the cameras after the game? Can we get some footage on how they look walking out after the game? Right? Like, why is it what they say? It ain't how you came, it's how you leave. So why you can't get the footage?
Them clothes ain't gonna stop nobody from being on your comments talking crazy if you played a bad game.
That's true. That's true.
Material. So they don't offer you a lot. They offer you things, but they looking at it as what have you done for me lately? You know what I'm saying? Like they don't care about what you do after the game versus can we win a championship with you right now?
Yeah.
So yeah, if you get hurt tomorrow, cool. We could just go sign somebody else or 2 or 3 people to play your one position, and you good. Like we don't care about what you do after this. You go break your neck, okay, cool. We'll cut you a severance check and then make sure you got some pretty decent doctors at that time. But people don't understand. 5 years after that, they cut your medical off. You don't have access to
Mm,
these same doctors. You got to fish for your own insurance. Like there's a lot of things that people don't know. And I was caught in that. We actually
yeah.
are spoiled. You know what I'm saying? Like when you come in, you don't. When I first left the NFL, and they was like, go to the doctor and pay a copay. I got on the phone with my secretary, like, what's the copay? She know what the copay is. I'm like, bro, you know what we did? We walked through the back doors. That's how we saw our
Yeah.
doctors. You know what I'm saying? So you just don't know. And that's why a lot of these players leave in the condition that they do.
Well, speaking of
Mm.
spoiled, you said spoiled. I personally enjoy watching the WAGs. Like now they're a whole movement. So every game, the WAGs are dressing better than the players, and it's like trending. And all the girls are watching them. What do you think about the new? The WAGs are like the new players on the team.
So I don't know what a WAG is. Can you explain that?
I
I,
do.
I,
Look, he
I,
just
I,
said
Say
it
now,
earlier. He is
Say
so
that.
disconnected.
I do
he
not.
knows. He's no,
No,
he
no, no.
doesn't.
I don't. I promise
He
to.
don't. I promise you,
I don't
he's
watch
very.
those
He
sports.
don't look
I
at
don't.
that.
Yeah, I don't watch
WAG
sports.
means wife and girlfriends of the NFL. So those are the WAGs
No, of the athletes. It could
of the
be
or
any
yeah,
sport.
it could
It's
be any
wives and
sport.
girlfriends of the players of any sports, and they call wags.
Yeah, they call WAG. So you said, what do they do now? I'm
They're just as popular as the players now, and they have whole spotlights of after each game of the WAGs. I mean, it's trending. It's
How they
all over Instagram.
dress
Yeah,
and
how they
But
dress, what
we,
they got
mhm.
on.
but we talking about somebody who wear cutoff shirts and shorts everywhere, bro.
I'm,
Like they don't wear no
going,
clothes.
I'm gonna go to wherever with a cutout T-shirt, bro. I ain't gonna be uncomfortable. I
he
can't.
just said he just said it was he was totally disconnected. He don't watch football, so he
Like,
don't
At
know what
all.
that's
this
going
is what's
on.
funny. Like this year alone, somebody I
Yeah.
keep getting questioned all the time. Like my brother watches football religiously. He'll be texting me, man, you see this game, and I'm like, just send me the highlights, and I can tell you what I think of it. And even when he played,
Mhm.
and I would go to the games, I would leave at halftime, and I would text him. I just watch the rest of the game at home. I'm not football for me was what it was. I realized really soon, in my career, which was a young career, I wanted to play a lot longer. That the amount of injuries that I had, the life that I want to live after that, that this was just a business, and these people really didn't care about you. So for me,
Mhm.
I utilize it as that I was a competitor. No matter what it is that I do, I'm going to compete at the highest level. I did not have a
Mhm.
love for the game. I did not study other players. I didn't care about stats. My thing is when I show up on Sunday, what is it that I'm going to do? Can I play to the best of my ability with what I have to put on that field and make sure that my family is straight? My dynamic
Mhm.
when I played was to take care of my family. His dynamic when he came in was our family is taken care of. Is what is it can he do to extend that legacy, not only for himself, but if he could fill a gap that he felt like, I couldn't fill anymore. So it was different. So he studied a lot of things differently than I did. I just came in with a chip on my shoulder. I'm like, if you think you better than me, then that nigga show up. That's what it is. Like
Yeah.
you shut them pads on, let's go. I'm about to try to go ham, but that was just it. So I watched one football game and it was the second half, and my mom and my sister was actually here in Tampa. They watching the Chicago Packers game because that's a huge rivalry. I'm from Indiana. And they like, how we gonna watch the game? I'm like, well, what channel does it come on? They looking at me like,
You
I'm
don't
like,
know.
wait, just tell me where to stream it at. They watching it, I'm cooking, I'm sitting outside working. Then finally in the second half, I come in and watch it, and I watched it long enough for the Packers to win. I just started trolling people, and that was it. That was the only game that I watched, and it was only the second half of the game.
Mhm.
I didn't
Are
watch.
y'all are y'all having like on barbecue days or whatever? Are y'all running plays? Are y'all competitive against each other?
It really ain't no competition. They gonna get smashed in anything they do. I'm gonna win everything. That's it. They already know. I am
I
the
hope they're watching. I hope they're watching.
Yeah,
they,
they definitely probably
they
are.
this is the thing though. I'm gonna talk my shit regardless. In front of their face, whether or not they watching it, they probably could be commenting that they know me. I'm just gonna come with a mouthful of trash all day. But I'm not gonna lose at anything. And if I have an inkling that I'm gonna lose, I ain't gonna participate. I'm one of them type.
Mhm.
Why
So
did you pick number 96, Mike?
I had to because the number that I wanted, I was 92 in college. I was 92 in
26.
high school. And I was 92 all the way. And then I got to Green Bay. Reggie White, who is a Packers Hall of Famer, a gold jacket, a
Mhm,
Hall of
mhm,
Famer, they
mhm.
retired in Jersey. And so they was like, you can't get 92. And the next number was 96. So I just rolled with 96. I was like, whatever. And,
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah.
that's what's
No
up.
meaning behind it. No meaning behind it. I just picked it. It was cool. It was whatever.
So I'm sure our viewers would like to know: are you married or single?
Or is it complicated, friend?
Or are
No,
you pleading the fifth?
Can I say something about this portion of the thing? Being
I,
that we're super good friends and we used to work out together every day, you know what I'm saying? I am very shocked of the way that he never single or relationship pursued a woman. So I'm like, bro, what's up? Like, you never, like, I'm seeing girls looking at me like, is that your guy? I'm like, that's just my friend. Like, it's nothing going on. And they're trying to ask me questions about him. He literally don't be stunting them.
nah, man, I don't entertain that. I keep my personal information disclosed. If I disclose it, I disclose it. But if not, but if you DM me and then you find out the answer to that, you take it and run with it however you want to. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So the answer is
I'm
to DM him if you
I'm
want to
not
flirt.
I'm not married. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So that's one thing. But do I desire to be married? 100%. Am I walking in that line and trying to do so? 100%. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, no, I don't disclose that, and for personal reasons, but more so just you got to think about what social media is too. You know what I'm saying? I think that
Mhm,
I am a big proponent of social media and it just being the death of our generation. So I don't expect
mhm.
a lot. What you come to when you come to my pages is if you need some motivation, inspiration, you're gonna get that. If you shoot your shot and I send that shit to the balcony, then that's on you. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I need to feel, man.
Mhm.
Okay.
All right.
So when we talk about life after the NFL, if you had to do it all over again, would you do it the same way, or what would you do differently or approach differently?
I wouldn't change anything because I do totally believe that God has a God given path for you. I think that
Awesome.
the way that we live life is in hindsight. I don't think that people do a lot of self evaluations. I think that we chase
Mhm,
a lot of things that's not meant for us. On my journey in life, I've always grew up in a church. I
mhm,
away from the church numerous of times and came back to it. And where I find myself is back in it right now. You know what I'm saying? I think
mhm,
um, that's just the foundation of who I am. And
mhm.
so I couldn't be sitting here talking to y'all, having this conversation and being able to give my take on life if I would have changed anything. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't
Mhm,
change. I take it for what it is and I kind of roll
mhm.
with it. I don't look at anything as a loss, more of an opportunity to learn, and then I take those learning experiences and I try to pour them into other people. So I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't change it. I think that I wouldn't say that I think I know that God put me in this position for a reason. So I just have to make sure that I'm kind of abiding in what it is that He want me to do. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I wouldn't change anything.
I love that. Love
I
that.
do too.
Mentorship. That's what it's about. Love it.
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
It's more like
Yes.
that. Service. I come from
Mhm,
a service-based mentality. You know what I'm saying? I
mhm.
look at life like, hey, if Jesus was a servant and we are made in His image and likeness, then we are called to be servants, and that's a
That's
servant.
it.
You know what I'm
God
saying?
That's
first.
it. That's
Yeah.
I
it.
love it.
Now I know we was digging all into the life of the NFL. Let's piggyback on the credit repair. Can you answer a question? A lot of people have asked when they tell you, "Oh, we're going to do a soft pull on your credit. It won't count against your credit score. It's not going to be an inquiry." Does inquiries actually hurt your credit?
They do. A soft inquiry does not. A soft
Okay.
inquiry will not hurt your credit score, but if you actually go to like annualcreditreports.com and you look or you actually get a credit report, which I got several of them sitting on my desk, you will see a laundry list. Every single time you tap Credit Karma to go look at your credit, they actually
Mm-hmm.
off credit pull on your credit report, but that does not
What?
hurt you. Now, if you go do a hard inquiry, yes,
Mm-hmm.
because typically what that looks like, if you do a hard inquiry and you get denied, or you actually they accept you, you start looking hungry for credit. So when lenders look at you and they go, "Man, you just shopping around trying to get credit," and they start looking at debt to income ratios, credit
Mm-hmm.
scores. If you got a lot of inquiries, they like, "Man, what's your situation?" So they start digging into it more. So credit inquiries don't hurt you as much, but you definitely want to kind of keep those limited into about, I would say the sweet spot is 2 per credit bureau. You know what I'm saying? You
Especially
want
those car dealerships, they will run 100 credit reports on you. Like, what is that
Mhm.
for?
so it's
Yeah.
credit shopping, and the thing about it is, so I this is my personal opinion. This isn't fact. This isn't anything that you're gonna go look up and then you verify.
Mhm.
This is my thing. They tell you that when they credit shop, you might get 25 inquiries, right? But they, when
Mhm.
they look at it, they look at it as one pool because they know that you're shopping for a credit, for a car.
Mhm.
I
Mm-hmm.
think they deny for this very reason. So they just shop your credit for the best interest rate. But what I tell people is this, and y'all probably heard this: go to a credit union, go look at your local credit unions, which is going to give you the best interest rate to see who got a better interest rate. They do one pool. You go to
Mhm.
them pull your credit report. You get one pool. They give you a check. Then you go to the car lot, the car dealership, and they, when you give them a check, you be like, y'all don't got to run my credit. And if they even try,
Mhm.
I've always gotten credit reports who come to me like, I went in there with this and they still ran it. Cool. We just go to them like, y'all had no business pulling this when I came in with a check, and I can verify that. You know,
Mhm.
so you just go to the credit unions, which they'll give you a better bang for your buck. Period.
Okay, question
Okay.
about the credit as well. I get a lot of inboxes and stuff from hundreds of credit repair people. I don't know if who's real, who's
Was
fake.
real
And
that part.
I'm just wondering, can you really fix my credit? When people say, "Oh, I can do it," a lot of people say, "Oh, they just taking these monthly payments and they don't get anything done." What's your take on
Mhm.
all these so-called credit repair people?
And
Mhm.
I'm just gonna tell you right now, you go to Instagram, Facebook, and people like, I can clean your credit report in 7 days. I can clean it in 14 days. I can clean it in
That
30 days.
is.
I just posted this other day ago. If you call me and tell me somebody else can do it, cool. When they get busted by the FTC and then that company come down and all that shit that they took off your credit report goes back on the credit
Back on
report,
there.
don't call me. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the illegal way of doing it. Can you do it? Yes. I know every illegal scheme. I actually study the illegal schemes. I want to know them. This is what the crazy thing is. Like, I'm a nerd. I literally look like research everything. But and I actually go to people that do this, and I'm like, hey man, I want to try to use your person to see if they can remove this off a credit report for a client. I get in touch with the person that's actually doing it. Then I go down their whole system in that process. I'll pay them. I'll give them a fake credit report, have them go remove it, and I'll look at it. So when people come to me and like, yo, they told me they can do it, I said, well, let me show you what actually happens when they do this. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
If they telling you they can do it, then no, I wouldn't do it. But if you want to do it, go right ahead. Have I been tempted? Hell, who the hell hasn't? You know what I'm
Let me
saying?
ask
Yeah.
you, not to cut you off, but when you're saying that, when they say, "Oh, I can take a child support, case off your credit," or I can take, something that's government or federal, like that's not true.
That's not necessarily true either, because if you look at the student loan situation, you have to start whether understanding whether if it was a community college versus, a federal loan. Now, it's a difference because there's a lot of community colleges that get shut down. When they get shut down, can they remove those 100%? You know what I'm saying? So you got to understand the loan situation. Can they get them removed? Yes, they can. Child support, I have not dug into that, but you dispute it just like how you dispute a collection account.
Mhm.
Ways
Mhm.
around that. There's ways to be able to block information from getting to the top 3 bureaus that should not be reporting. You find the inaccuracies on the secondary bureaus, you dispute it with them, you get it removed, and you go to the main bureaus. I mean, 80% of credit reports have inaccuracies on them. So can you get it removed 100%? Now, I would go some. This is just like with anything. I would go to somebody that specializes in that. Can credit
Mhm.
companies do that? Yes, but there's people that actually specialize in going and being able to remove them. Yes, that's probably the safest way to go. But can we remove them just dispute them? 100%. You know what I'm saying? But when people this is the one thing that you got to listen to. When somebody tell you they can guarantee you something that is literally an FTC, you can get fined for that. You can't guarantee any results. That's illegal. You cannot do that. You cannot tell people that you can get stuff removed off their credit report. That's just law.
Okay.
Mm.
Mhm.
Okay.
That's some good
Absolutely.
information. Look, you helping me right now.
Take it
I'm gonna
through.
have to hit you up offline because that was some good information.
I'm just
Yeah,
picky.
before we get into the nitty
Mhm.
gritty, like, yeah, let's post
Mhm.
up his
Okay.
credit report
Yes.
right
Yeah,
there. So if anybody's interested in going through Mike for any credit issues and getting their credit fixed and any repair credit service questions, hit them up.
yeah, holla at me.
Yes.
Yeah, you. I'm
And
gonna keep.
and one thing that I know is, and I am still repairing to this day. When I was growing up, you know, in my day and age, I didn't have anybody teaching me the importance of credit. I
Hmm.
learned all the importance of credit the hard way.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? So I think it's and that's what like Luana was saying, is so many different entities and companies out here. How do you know who to trust? Because I was a victim of trying to trust somebody, said they was gonna fix my credit and
Me
they messed me
too.
all the way up. They put
Hmm.
a freeze on my social security number and I'm still to this day having trouble identifying who I am. So it's like you just don't know who
Hmm.
is really real, that
Mhm.
yes, I'm a real entity and that I can help you, you know, repair your credit. So yeah,
Now I'm gonna
that
tell you
was
this:
good.
like when you go, this is me. I no matter if I'm broke or if I'm rich, you pay for what you get.
Yeah.
So if somebody's chart. When I go and I set my prices, I'm looking for everybody that's charging $397, $497, $797, and I'm going at $1,500. And people looking at me $1,500. I'm telling you right now, they're competing for the same bottom of the barrel type of clientele. I'm not dealing.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? Because I do
mm,
know we go through extremes to get stuff removed off the credit reports, and we're doing it the most legal way possible. And I will be upfront with you. And the thing about that is that instead of guesswork and following trends, getting the same, there could be one VA disputing 15 different credit companies' credit reports because they're doing the same exact stuff illegally. Look at who their friends are. If they charge the same
mhm.
amount of money, if they got the same messaging. Oh, I can do your credit for 197 for 6 months. How the hell could you do that? Just think
Yeah.
about your overhead. Just think about the
Yeah.
cost. How much it costs to do one stamp, to mail it, the printing,
Hmm.
paper. That's almost impossible unless you clean it up in one round and you're doing it illegally. You know what I'm
He's
saying? So
right.
Right.
He's
it's
right.
mine is like right now. I set a low because I came back. I kind of took a pause from it. I set a low, and I already know. I had a guy that called me today. He was like, "Man, you still doing the $500 for 6 months?" I said, "Yeah." And quite technically, I'm taking a loss. I'm gonna be upfront with you. I'm gonna spend that 500
Yeah.
first 2 months. I said, but my thing is I'm chasing results. My thing is if you can call the phone and you can tell me like, Mike, look, my dad got approved for a car, he got approved for a house, or I was able to do this and the third. Cool. I'm chasing results because results bring me more clients. When I get more clients, I'm gonna jack my prices back up. But I'm
Yeah.
$1,000 for 6 months. You're gonna get a full service out of that. We're gonna go to every length, and then I'm looking. I have my mentors that I still tap into. We go into FDCPA attorneys, we're going to SCRA attorneys, we're going to bankruptcy attorneys. If I can't fix it, I'm going to somebody that can. And I'm gonna be real with you. I'm not,
Yeah.
this sex trafficking thing that people do in the credit repair right now is killing me. That is
Wow.
everybody doing a sex trafficking thing. Well, oh, I can remove your TransUnion. So why can you only remove this off of TransUnion, but you can't do it off of Equifax and Experian?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
About that, like, bro, you should be able to remove it off all three. Now,
All
some
three.
people
Mhm.
are stingy, but yeah, I ain't doing all that, man. Y'all can have it. I'm cool.
Mhm.
I don't do that. I don't break the law. I just nah, that's one thing I don't do.
It's the morals and values for me. I love it.
Mhm.
Love it.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
That
Well,
part.
we got
That
through the
part.
serious stuff. Y'all ready to get to some fun stuff? That's the
Yeah.
fun half
Yeah.
of the podcast. Mike, you ready?
Look, he
Mike, are you ready? Hello, are you ready?
Let's do
He's
it,
not
man.
trying
You
to
know
be
I'm ready.
Okay, Luana, get into some stuff.
so. I
Man,
want to play a little segment called "Let's Play Fair." Since you've been in the game.
oh,
Mhm.
I see that face. I see that face. I'm watching.
Yeah.
I'll start mild. So the old saying, "Macking or hanging." So
mhm.
I want to know what is a girl? When is a girl too cool to be serious? So if you get along with her and and she's really cool, is she relationship serious or is she just to hang with? Is she you macking or you hanging?
I'm looking at how many times you macking and how many people you got as friends. The one, I'm just being honest with you. If you come to me and tell me I got more male friends than I got female friends, man, you can kick rocks. How many of them you done had sex with? I ain't
Oh,
stupid.
I like that.
Oh, come on,
Okay.
Mike. Are
Okay.
you
I
one
mean,
of them? Mike, are you one of them guys that think? Because me and you've been friends for a long time now. You can't think that's true.
Nah,
Come
listen,
on, Mike. I mean, we've been cool
my
forever.
listen, man, I done been in the game. I done seen it all.
I guess.
And
mhm,
men think if
mhm.
you say you had three guys, they mean that's 30. Like they always multiply times 10.
Yeah, man. But
That
this is
ain't
how I look
fair.
at. See this, but this is the thing too, though. You
That's
got
the stereotype.
it
It is.
all depends on the pit on like where you at on this platform. I can go to one place and I can tell Cigar International right down the street. I go down there, like 40 people talking to me. Like literally. They like, why you ducked off in the corner? Y'all coming over here chasing me. I don't want nothing to do with none of that. I'm not gonna open up my mouth. I'm not gonna say nothing to you. I'm not gonna approach you. You don't come approach me. I'm watching the whole entire time. I'm like, yo, listen, I already know what you want. But the thing about it is women more aggressive than men nowadays.
Well, I feel like
you ain't got to sugarcoat nothing with me. If you coming to talk to me, look, I'm not the littlest nigga in the room. I'm 6'4", 290 pounds. I don't got a lot of body fat on me. I know what I look like. Just like how I'm looking at a girl walk past me with a fat butt, you looking at me, this nigga is muscled up, girl. You know what he can do to me. I know the conversation.
Give me stats go again. Give me stats go again.
No, wait a minute. Okay.
I know what it is.
He's you gotta chase him. Let me just say that. He's one of them guys you gotta you know how we be saying we don't like that? He's one of them.
Yeah, I
that's my next question.
Okay, hold on, wait, Lawana. So now, would it be safe to say if a man has more women friends than male friends, that's a problem too?
Hell yeah. You think this nigga ain't sitting there just come on? Oh, I got a female friend. Okay, how long y'all been friends? Oh, 10, 15 years. Okay, so when in the 15 years did you tap that y'all fell out, that y'all got back cool again?
That's crazy work.
Listen, I promise you right now, you put a poll up and then we go sit somewhere. I guarantee you gonna.
No, it's a lot of men that think like you, but it's just crazy work that you still think that way. Because I've seen you have female friends and nothing happened, including myself. So you know that's not even the case. Like,
let's be real, Sharon. How many female friends do I have? Friends. We're not talking about associates. We're talking about friends. Somebody that's gonna pick up the phone, call me.
Just me.
That's a difference, yeah. It's a difference.
Maybe another one, I guess. I don't know, but
you know me, I'm self-kept. I don't talk.
How many you got? How many female friends you got?
Sharon, you probably the only female that I call a friend. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, well, it ain't that many. It ain't nothing ever happened between us. So, like, that's
call you a friend.
Yeah, he made my.
I got people that probably call me friends right now. I'm like, okay, yeah, you remember back in such and such.
I remember, yeah.
So the difference is a friend is someone that's truly a friend. If you got a lot of women around you, 9 times out of 10, couple of them in the group, you done went to a different level with. Is that what you're saying?
Hell yeah, you ain't necessarily got to knock them off. You did something though.
That's a lie.
Okay, next question.
But when you do get to the point where he does start talking to you, oh, he's definitely coming with the stuff.
Man, if I will say
that once you break through that barrier, because it's hard to penetrate him to get him to show interest, but once you do, he definitely coming with the stuff.
Well, that was kind of my next question because I was going to ask, but I'm already knowing how you're going to answer this question. You know, the movie Two Can Play That Game. Who do you think ends up more hurt, the man or the woman?
You know what? This is actually a very interesting question.
I want to hear his answer on this one.
No, you know what? Because I think that men have this complex where we have to act like we can't be emotionally hurt. Ain't no nigga in this world that's finna walk around here talking about like, yeah, I tapped it, I can move the hell on. No, niggas worse than women.
They be crying.
Really no, heck yeah. You could just tell in that conversation.
He's a cancer.
Oh, cancers are soft.
He's a cancer. He's not soft though, but he's a cancer. There's no one.
Soft meaning a teddy, but that was one of my questions. If you was a teddy bear or what you mean, but that tells me
both.
No, I'm yes, but I'm 100% more of a lover than I am anything else.
Sure.
I'm gonna tell you what my issue has been in the past. I'm gullible. I'm always just, because if you come to me and you like, man, I need to talk to you about something, I'm gonna sit there and listen. I'm gonna try to give you advice. I'm gonna try to help you out. But I had to learn quickly that you just giving an open door, because if you start listening too much and they like, my husband don't listen as much as you do, I'm like, oh shit. Trying to do that. I mean, I just really want to genuinely help you. That's just me in general. I would give a so I'm probably more susceptible to opening up a swinging gate because I'm just that type of person. I don't mean that I'm attracted to you, but I'm just, you know, I open up a swinging gate too much. I'm guilty of that.
But you're a lover, so we love that. That's good. So on the if you were in a relationship, because you played the fifth, but if that was the case and you had your mom and your wife, who gets the front seat?
Yeah, okay. Now y'all want to know the truth? I don't play favorites with nobody.
You
I'm
know
not.
what?
I don't play favorites with nobody. Who gets the front seat? You talking about in the car if you driving or
Yeah,
just the whole
drive.
thing?
Oh, the front seat.
Whoever the hell wanted, y'all can fight over that.
Wait a minute. You
Now
gonna
you
plead the fifth on that
know
one?
he
Wait a
know
minute,
he
Luana. Maybe you
playing
should
because
have
he
asked.
know that mama.
Personally,
You see the eyes, Carmen.
my mama likes to sit in the backseat. She would,
What?
in any given situation, yes,
Really?
my mom likes to sit in the backseat. She not one of the person, I gotta have a front seat type of person. Like, that's not my mom. You know what I'm saying? So that's, I'm like, whoever wants the front seat, like, I'm not finna argue
They
with
get it.
y'all. I don't know who got the front seat. My mom don't like to sit in the front seat. She'd rather sit in the back. She'll tell you all day, I'd rather sit in the back. I'm not finna sit up in the front.
Okay, mom.
And so yeah, no, I don't. That's what I'm saying. Like, no, whoever y'all can argue over that, but my mom ain't finna jump in that front seat. She sleep on that.
Luana, maybe we should ask. You know how on Facebook they have this running thing. They have this picture, and they be like, if you the husband and this is your mom and your wife, and they drowning, who you
All
saving
right.
first?
Who saving
who
first?
you who you saving
And I
first?
Who
think it
saving?
depends on the person too, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, I'm my mom's always gonna be that person. That's the person
Yeah.
I can confide in. And I tell people, my mom doesn't run my relationships, and my mom doesn't get biased. My
Mm.
Okay,
mom will look you dead in your eye and tell you, nigga, you wrong, and you got to deal with whatever the bed it is that you laid in it.
I like
That's not
that.
to say that she won't defend me, but my mom not gonna pick up the phone and call you as a woman and go, you need to get your act together. She'll flat out tell you that nigga ain't shit. But if you just got to deal with him, that's on you. But
She
at the
ain't
same,
gonna lie for
you
you.
got to know as a woman your position and how you look at yourself. So my mom never plays. That's why I call mom. I do call my mom for a lot of stuff, but that's because my mom gonna be raw, authentic, and she not gonna play sides. She don't do that. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
that's good.
She'll tell me about myself in a heartbeat. Like, yo, no, you too soft, nigga. You got to put a guard up. And I've been in situations where she told me like you need to dip out of that relationship, and she's had conversations with other person like y'all niggas really ain't made for each other. And then she like, you know what? I respect her if you're gonna keep her around, but I'm just telling you this ain't what it is that you need to do. And she don't condone it, but at the end of the day, my mom's very respectful. So that's one reason my mom she don't play sides.
Moms know best.
They
Yeah,
do. They
they do.
do.
Yeah.
They do.
So, someone, well, Sharon said that you love to cook. So, I would like to know who's making the macaroni and cheese.
I'm gonna cook everything.
I
Everything.
told
I like to, yeah, I like to cook. I'm not, and once again, I'm not one of those stereotypical type of person. If I got a woman that don't want to cook, that ain't gonna bother me. I'd rather cook
Okay.
anyway. You
As
know what
long
I'm
as you
saying?
establish that up front, right?
Yeah, I mean, but this, yeah, it ain't even got to be established. Like, you ain't even finna, you if you gonna come cook, I'm gonna be shocked. Like, damn, you finna come cook something?
girl, he
What
Cool.
if she
cooking,
can't
buying the
cook?
groceries, cooking, and all the things,
But
girl.
you,
What if she can't
Period.
cook and she didn't tell
this is
you
the
that in the
thing though.
beginning?
He
The
don't.
only
Well, he don't want her to cook. He prefers to cook.
I do, but
Okay.
this is the thing though. I only cook when people come around. If you know what I ate today? Some
Nothing.
eggs. That's all I ate.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? But if you come over my house, you like,
Sisters.
I'm finna pull up, man. What y'all want? I'm finna cook whatever. I'm finna go put some tomahawks on the grill, whatever you want, I'm gonna cook it. But if you can't cook to me, like I can't. I tell people I came from the hood, bro. I eat Vienna sausage straight out the can. You ain't gotta heat them shits up. I'm gonna eat those.
Uh,
Don't bother me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
hey, that nut cooking thing don't really bother me. If you go in there, and you give effort. That's all I really care about. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not picky, man. I'm probably the most easygoing person to be around. I like the one thing I am crazy about is I do like my space. But outside of
Mhm.
that, I'm not really complaining about too much anything else.
He's
Okay.
I
got a
like I,
meat, salmon,
I
and
like
some
that.
good mountain water. I'm telling you that he gonna always have them too.
I,
Yeah.
I I like how you just said, you can eat some Vienna sausage out of the can and be fine. I like that because there are men and people that think when they get to a certain level that they're too good to reach back down. You know what I mean? Where they came from. So I like that. And that was one of the things that attracted me to my husband, baby. He'll go whip up some pork and beans and fry a hot dog and mix it together with some extra barbecue sauce. And baby, we sit there and eat it. It is so good. So
Oh,
I like that.
All right,
Like, I mean, we gonna do it all. We gonna fine dine. We gonna, fast food, and then he gonna get in
that's
that
it.
kitchen and make something out of nothing. You know what I mean? Nothing out of something. I should say. Yeah, I like that. I
Yeah,
like
no,
that.
I'm not
I
hard
love
to.
that for y'all. Love it for y'all.
I'm not, man. Look, like I said before, I don't. Money never really pays who I am in my position in life. You can just as fast as you acquire it, you could lose it. So you better
That's
better
true.
be ready to keep yourself humble. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
true.
People
Oh,
think if
I was bougie always, broken, and anytime I
She
just
was.
I'm not
Yeah.
eating that stuff.
now this
Yeah.
is, I will
She's
tell
been
you that
like that all her life. We went to school together.
I'm
Middle
very bougie.
school.
I'm only gonna shop at certain foods. I'm only gonna buy organic stuff, this, that, and the third.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I know my rules, so I'm not afraid of a hard time. I have to go back to the struggle. Like I go eat some damn ramen noodles, some mackerel out the pack with some crackers on your ass. I don't care.
But he'll go cheap on that gym membership. That's for dang I'm sure.
You sound the who?
Go cheap on that gym membership.
Yeah, no, I got like 50 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He paid for peace. When we go to the gym, it's just people staring at him. So he'd rather go somewhere where he's not looked at. So he'll pay
Yeah.
more for a gym membership. Which at first I didn't
Probably.
understand it until I started going to the gym with him. And I'm like, bro, why are they just staring at you like that? That's weird. You know what I'm saying? It's uncomfortable.
Mhm.
So
It's very,
and I don't know if it's just because he's a big guy and he's just big
He's a star
or
too.
They
what.
probably recognize him. They
Yeah.
recognize
Like, this
him.
one man used to follow us around Crunch, and I'd be like, why is he following us every day?
At
Like,
least
you
say
went to Purdue.
something.
You went to Purdue. You went to Purdue. I used to watch you at Purdue. I'm like, bro, this is weird. Like, so he would change gym memberships like crazy.
So I'm sure he has just as many male fans as females because guys love football. So
yeah, it's they worse sometimes than the females. To be honest.
they want to autograph football. They want it
Yeah.
all.
Yeah, they can be worse, but you know what? Like I said before, at the end of the day, I don't really. It's hard to make me uncomfortable because I'm used to it. I've never really been an average size human being. I was 6'4", 245 pounds in high school. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
I never carried a lot of body fat, so I'm kind of used to it. I went somewhere the other day ago, and dude was like, "Bro, are you like a bodyguard or something?" I'm literally walking out of the store, and he asked me this. I'm on the phone. I started laughing. I said, "Hell no, I ain't no bodyguard." You know what I'm saying? Like that ain't me. But you kind of get used to it. You know what I'm saying? But it's just when people start getting real weird, like lifting on
Mhm.
every single time you go, or just I had a
bodyguard. Beep beep. Then here comes that Lambo.
situation. I mean, Sharon know I was in the gym working out, and one of the trainers just every single time I'm lifting, and they just like,
Yeah, look like this. But he doesn't tell people he played football, right?
"No, I don't."
So he doesn't tell them. So they're trying to figure it out. And
Who
then
he is, but they probably know.
yeah, and then they'll finally figure it out like
Mhm.
after a week or two, and then they're like,
Yo,
it's wrecking their brain. Like, who is this big dude? And I'm like, dude, like, it's so I like just having to been there with them. It's just weird because I being around them. I'm like, bro, it was uncomfortable for me for a little while. I'm like, I'm gonna just go back here in the back room and do my little stuff.
it really do. It'd be different.
Later.
Yeah, it'd be different. It'd be different, but it is what it is, man. Like I said, you kind of get used to it.
Mhm.
That's amazing.
Okay.
You're a pretty good guy. I like that.
Any more icebreakers, Luana?
You know, that was the
Is
last
it what now?
huh?
What's wrong?
I asked, was there any more icebreakers Luana had?
Icebreakers.
Icebreaker. She was asking you questions like icebreaker questions.
Oh, okay.
I did have a question. So, especially since you do the credit repair, is there's a lot of people that do the same businesses. So, if your friend or family member had a business, would you support your friends or family business, or would you is it fair to take that business somewhere else?
I don't know how you want me to answer this question.
Truthfully.
Honestly.
Honestly.
I'm going to go for wherever I get the best bang for my buck, and that's no disrespect. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm all about the effort behind it and the ethical, you have to be competent and you have to be ethical. I don't really care for it. This is what I always say: we don't go to black-owned businesses because black-owned businesses are around like black people. I can't do that one. You know what I'm saying? And so many terms, because I don't want to go there and feel. I don't care if you ghetto. I don't care whatever the case may be. But when it comes time for you to get in that field and do what you got to do, no matter what industry you're in, are you going to do that? I'm
Mm.
not looking for nobody to cut no corners. I'm not looking for no discount. I'm going to pay you full price. But I want to make sure that when I need you to go to bat for me, are you going to go to bat for me? So if you're going to do all of that, I'm cool with it. You know what I'm saying? But if you're not, I got to go to where it's going to actually benefit me, because truth be told, the first people that turn they back on you is your friends and your family. I
Yep.
know that from saying. So if you're not going to do right by me, then guess what? I'm going to move on. You're going to be pissed off. You're going to be pissed if you do a bad job and I call you out. You'll be pissed if I go somewhere else. So you know what? I'm going to go somewhere else. You could be pissed off. You're going to call me at some point. I ain't worried about that.
Mhm.
I got a question.
I got an answer.
Man, my girl looking. Oh, somebody on there. Okay. Do all black men cheat? Is that true?
Who told you that?
Do all men cheat? We heard that on the last podcast. He said all men cheat.
Sure did. He
But
said
hold on.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Okay, go back to this. I'm gonna tell you right now, I probably got like 5 Bibles in my house. Matter of fact, you know what? I'm gonna tell y'all this. Look, you know what this is? That's fellowship cups. You know what that is? That's communion. Yeah, so
Did he
this,
say a communion?
this is my thing.
He's dancing around the question a little bit.
No, I'm not dancing around the question. I'm gonna go back to this because I'm gonna tell you, I'll go open up the Bible and start reading the Bible from Genesis, and then go tell me what the first 2 people on earth was, and then tell me how far you get to the Genesis where they start talking about how relationships are supposed to be bred, how they're supposed to be lived. You know what I'm saying? And I always said this too. You can't come to me with a banging body and think that I'm gonna fall for you. If you can intellectually get me involved, then that's one thing. Can you hold an intellectual conversation? Where are you at spiritually? That's just my thing. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't care, you bad bodied, whatever. None of that really bothers me more so than where you at spiritually. Because I know this, I lived at a very high standard. I've done a lot of things, and I can tell you that my spirit gets weak dealing with a whole lot of stuff. So you're gonna be one of them people that's gonna pull me in the closet like, look, man, I'm gonna pray for you. I'm gonna pray over you. I don't care how crazy you get, I'm gonna pray with you. I'm not finna go run to go do that. I done been there, I done done it, I done lived a life. I went to college, I played in the pros, I done done that.
You didn't experience something. So was the question answered?
Now because you done been through it
I
already.
don't think that all men cheat. I really don't believe that. I don't think that
Okay.
all black men cheat either. I do think that you can't get through. There's going to be ups and downs. There's guys that can go through relationships and not cheat. I think that there's people that fall susceptible to it, but the biggest thing is not how you fall, it's how you rebound. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not going to always be a perfect human being. By flesh, if you go open up the dang on Bible, we live in the flesh. We are born in sin, and we sin every single day.
That is so true.
Or wherever, can you bounce back from it? What are you going to do at that next point? But not every man cheat. But if you do cheat, okay, are you a habitual cheater, or did you just fall susceptible?
Right.
To temptation. That's a big thing. Understand where it came from, why it came to that. What did we get to this point? Like, I don't think that all men cheat.
Well, it looks
The
like
chat
my
is on
husband agrees
fire
with me,
behind
too.
that question. I just want y'all.
Yeah,
to
my
know.
husband agrees because he said he must not be
Yeah.
a real man if he thinks every man cheats. So
Yeah. And then he said, when you find a real one, there's no reason to. Come on, husband.
Absolutely.
You know, hey.
I ain't finna do all that. I ain't got time for that. I mean, you.
Okay, so how you feel about BBLs? That's my last question.
I mean,
They're very popular now. BBLs are good. You just said something
Especially
about a
in
girl
Florida.
with a
Look,
Hey,
I'm gonna jump on his side. He just said, I don't care if you this or that. It's
yeah.
about her.
So that's why I'm asking this question, because he said he didn't care. So like, what if she's smart? You sexual, she intelligent, she's smart, she got her BBL, huge BBL.
huge.
Huge.
Almost how this conversation is it the BBL or is it silicone? Because
BBL or natural? What do you prefer?
like I'm going, and then if it's a BBL, I'm just gonna tell you this, man. It depends. Everything categorized for me. If you got a BBL, man, and that thing look like it's just way too much for your body, man, how you washing all that? Because I'm a big hygiene type person.
Cardi be getting
You
hers
can't be walking
removed.
around with all that, then have no good hygiene, especially when it just look all that disgusting. I ain't into all that. If you unproportionate, man, I can't do all that. If your butt is wide and your legs is big, baby, you got to go do something about all that. I'm not really opposed to it. I think that if you want to do it, keep it within context. If it starts looking fake, I can't do all that, because this is my thought process behind that is this. Are you comfortable with the body that God gave you? Because you can always alter that by doing what you need to do. If you feel you got to go alter that, are you altering it because that's something that you really, really wanted to do? Or are you following a fashion trend? They pop their fashion trend. So what you trying to do, like everybody else on Instagram. That means that you have an insecurity issue. If you insecure, baby, I can't do nothing with you because now once you go do it, you finna be all over Instagram. So you finna have every nigga in America tapping into your thing because everybody want to turn around, do the 1 foot forward, the 1 foot backward, and you want to turn to the side. Y'all do the same shit. Like, bro, I'm not interested in all that.
What's
That's hilarious.
my last question, Mike, is okay. So I made a post the other day because I know you into working out, and some women, somebody was like, I'd rather not work out. I'd rather just go get a few nips and tucks to get, like loose skin, stomach, boobs, whatever. And the first thing he ran to the comments and said was that quit being lazy and go to the gym. Quit being lazy and go to the gym. How do you feel about women using plastic surgery as an alternative versus going to the gym?
You have a very weak mindset.
Really? You think that the gym can fix everything versus going to the gym?
I'm saying now, my whole issue is this. What that goes to show me is that it matters in any situation that you go through, you're gonna take the easier way out than try to work through it first.
Okay, so it's a discipline.
This is my thing. How you do anything is how you do everything. If you're gonna take the easy way out and try to go manipulate your body, you're gonna take the easy way out in your business. You're gonna take the easy way out in your relationship. You're gonna take the easy way out of being a parent. There's no difference. I tell my kids this all the time. When your teacher called me and you didn't get in trouble in school, I'm listening to what they tell me because I can identify whether or not the teacher is making shit up or whether or not you lying. Because how you gonna act at school? Then you get a job and you get fired. There's a pattern in how you do things. So I'm looking at the pattern behind that. So my thing is that at the end of the day, like, look, go work for it. Go try. Go get everything that you got. And then if you have to do something to alter it at some point in time because you're not getting the results, if you went and did all of the eating, the working out, and then you still got this, okay, but then here we go again. Are you doing it proportionate for your body? Or are you doing it because you want to acquire a certain look? I just don't, I don't believe in it. I've worked for absolutely fucking everything that I got. Excuse my language, but I just don't take shortcuts, and I don't expect for people around me to take shortcuts. There's times where you have to do things, but I just don't believe in shortcuts, and I just think that's a shortcut. If you want to go get a nip and tuck, guess what? You're going to have to keep going back and get a nip and tuck because that means your ass can control your eating. That's your problem.
But he did say a key
stairs. Mr. Take the Stairs, your new, that's what I say.
But he said a key piece that I hope answered a lot of people's questions, that if you exalted all your resources, that you're trying to eat right, you're going to the gym, you're doing all these things, and then you just have to make the conscious decision because you didn't have any other choice and not just take a shortcut. So I agree to that. I agree
too.
Well, that was a good question. Okay, well, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I got all my questions out. Thank you for jumping on here. Luana, Carmen, y'all good on everything?
Yes.
I think we are. I mean, I think before we end it, like knowing all the knowledge now coming out of NFL, what one piece of advice would you give the generation that's coming up entering the NFL and pursuing a career in the NFL?
You know what? That's a good question. That's a hard one to answer, but I think is this. You know what? That's not a hard question. And I posted this in my stories today. And if I had to give you one piece of advice, in the Bible, it says, seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be given unto you. I really, truly believe that everything that I went through and everything that I've experienced and everything that I'm currently going to, it has led me back to that one thing. And I can tell you there's been situations, and I posted this on my stories the other day ago, people think just because we have all this money, we've accomplished all these things, that we still not the same person that's going to go sit in the bed and cry all day. Wish that we have we can call and talk to, wish that we felt like we had somebody to lean on, that we don't go through depression, that money can fix absolutely everything. But in those instances, when I get to that point and I start crying out to God, you can't cry out to God and then have faith in God and then at the same time feel the same exact way about your situation. If you truly you trust him, there's been times where I've sat in bed for 5 hours, prayed and cried for something, woke up the next day, and he literally just delivered it to me right there.
That part.
And if you go seek other things, you're going to always find yourself seeking those things, and then it becomes an addiction, and then you find yourself further away from them. So I think that you got to run to Christ. Run to Christ. Run to Christ. If you do that, everything else is going to take care of itself. So that's my piece of advice.
Awesome. That was...
I love
that one. For jumping on that.
welcome. You know,
I'm
and you
so
know,
proud of you. I'm
yeah,
proud of
Great
everything you've
information.
done. I'm proud of the man you've become, the man you are going to be, the father you are, everything about you. I'm proud of you. And I appreciate us being for real. We for real friends, y'all. So
yeah,
we
real
gonna go to
life
battle
friends,
together.
man. Man, I
What you
appreciate
say?
it. I said, yeah, we real life friends, man. Don't get that twisted. I
So thanks
appreciate
for
it.
coming on here. You got any
Thank
last
you.
words you want to part with? Let anybody know about before we end the
Hey,
session?
man, if you need anything, DM me, man. If y'all need my information, just go Google or don't go Google. Shit, not right now. Just go type it. Like a Mike Neal 96. If you do Google me and you got questions, you can still inbox me because I'm gonna let you have it. And all I'm gonna tell you is you inbox me, you're gonna get a whole bunch of Bible verses sent back to you. That's all I got to say. But if you need anything on the front, I'm always here. I'm always open. I'm always trying to help people. So if you need anything, you got any questions, you can always hit me up.
Thank
Thank
Love
you.
it.
you.
It
Thank
was a
you.
pleasure. Thank you
It
for
was
your
a
Thank you,
pleasure.
y'all.
transparency. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
All
All
right.
right.
Well, thanks, Mike. Thank
You
Carmen
too.
for joining
All
us.
right.
I appreciate
Yes.
it.
Thank y'all for
All
Yes.
right.
having me.
No
Yes.
problem.
Love you, ladies.
All
Love
Yes.
right.
you.
Well, we'll
Okay.
get to y'all. See y'all later. Thanks for
All
jumping
right.
Okay.
See you
on
later.
the table.
Bye bye.
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 Bye bye.
Bye.